What's cracking, everybody? Zerfel Rose here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle content. In today's video, we're going to be taking a shoutcast from one of my Patreon subscribers, Skaven, playing a ridiculously busted team in the Little Cup. You already see it. It's the top meta. This is it. This is Little Cup, and everyone in my Discord is like, dude, you got to try this team. It's cracked. You're struggling in GBL. You got to try this team because I gained like 300 points with it in like 3 days. And I'm like, man, I would love to. I have a 0-15-15 Bronzor, and it would cost me over $500,000 Stardust to make it. And I said, no, I'm good. I just spent tons of dust to get in the Master League. I'll just ride the train anyway. But this is what we've got. One of my Patreon subscribers playing the Little Cups. We're going to get into these battles right now with an easy and obvious win strategy here. We're talking about looking at basically the why not Bronzor core and Dino, because, well, why not? So we've got Bronzor on the safe swap here coming in, and a Stunky is going to come in to bite this thing down. It's a Shadow Stunky, but able to get to a Size Shock at the last possible second to get some damage off on this Stunky before the Dino comes in and is going to be able to Dragon Breath down. Now, Dino, super strong pick against a lot of the things that someone may have built during the Element Cup. Shields up a Flamethrower, even though it's resisted, probably would do a lot of damage. Alolan Sandshrew is something I've been hearing a lot about lately. Opponent is going to throw an Ice Slash here, do some chip damage, and then they're going to bring in a Meowth, in a Alolan Meowth. I remember shoutcasting an Alolan Meowth many seasons ago in Little Cup. That thing actually does shred quite a bit, but cannot keep up with the counter damage coming from Why Not. And Why Not is going to counter down, slap the Sandshrew with a shield, easily going to be able to completely take down the Sandshrew, and that's a good game. Well played. We've got the next game is going to be a Vulpix, Shadow Vulpix into the Dino. Once again, talking about those Little Cup picks, and the opponent safe swaps into Confusion Bronzor. And if you look down on the bottom right there, you can see the Bronzor's typical moveset. It's going to have Size Shock and Payback. They gave it Payback several seasons ago to try and fix this mistake of giving us Bronzor mirrors with Heavy Slam and Size Shock, but, I mean, honestly, who wants to sit through this anyway? So Dino is just going to mow right through the rest of this Bronzor. I think I'm more of a Tackle Bronzor person myself. I think if I'm going to pick one, I think I'd rather pick Tackle. It's a little bit more... just a little bit more flexible, right? Being a one-turn move, plus you actually win the mirror that way, too, which is kind of nice. So Dino is going to get taken out, or not Dino, Bronzor, no, it was Dino. I'm getting the games mixed up already. We're only 3 minutes into the video. Weather Ball is barely going to touch the Why Not. Now we're into the Why Not mirror, and if you thought the Bronzor mirror was hard to watch, oh boy, lads and lassies, have I got something for you. Mirror Code. You wonder why I don't want to play this league. There you go. Opponent concedes, saves us the time. Thank you, opponent. You're the MVP of this video. All right, we've got Seal on the lead. These typically have licks, so that means that the Dino is going to be doing resisted or doing neutral damage while receiving resisted damage. Should easily be able to get to an Icy Wind here before the Seal can, or Body Slam before the Seal gets to an Icy Wind, and is going to be able to quickly swap in the Bronzor to soak the Icy Wind, which was a very nice play. And then in comes Dino, and this is why I'm running Tackle. This is why I'm running Tackle. Now, in this particular situation, they absolutely would have hit the Payback here. Size Shock is double resisted, whereas Payback is only single resistant. So the Dark typing definitely absorbs the Psychic typing almost completely. So I definitely don't much care for going for the Size Shock here, at least not at first. I would have gone for it maybe as a ditch effort to do some damage, but definitely not feeling like it would have been a good opportunity here. So anyway, Skaven is going to let his no choice. He's going to let his Bronzor go down. Probably come in with a Dino and farm down with a shield, I think. Maybe come in with Why Not. No, he come in with Why Not. Soak the damage. And then just counter down from here and hope that the Dino in the lead is going to be able to handle whatever's left. Now, that Crunch could have done some serious damage, even though Why Not is pretty bulky. I think it's safe to say this is probably just a Body Slam here, which it is. Body Slam just going to tickle the Why Not, how bulky this thing is being under 500 CP. Seal's going to come back in, and remember, Seal does not have the ice typing of its Big Brother Dugong, but that is still going to get a shield, and the opponent's got a Bronzor, and this person is also running Confusion. Now, could have probably fit a couple more Dragon Breaths in. It's hard to see with all the animations going in there, but probably could have fit one, maybe two more Dragon Breaths into that Confusion before throwing the Crunch, just for a little extra damage. Really of no consequence, to be honest. Payback resisted damage, but it's still good shield, in my opinion. I think you kind of have to. Gonna go for the shield bait here. I don't really know if you go for the bait here. I don't think it's worth it, but get to shield anyway. Doesn't really matter what I think. The Crunch is going to be able to go through before. Now, in the end, obviously, yes, this goes to Skaven's advantage. He's able to get to the move right beforehand, able to swap in the Why Not, catch the move like a Chad. And the payback doesn't even take care of it. And now Seal's going to take... Well, it's definitely not going to get taken out yet. Seal will have to throw the Aqua Tail here in order to get rid of this. Why not? Then Dino comes in, double resisting the Confusion damage. Easily going to be able to Dragon Breath down the Bronzor and take this. Good game. We've got another same lead here, Dino on Seal. Probably going to see the same thing. You know, a Pokemon that typically runs a debuffing move like Icy Wind is very prone to shield the first move if it would do some damage, and then just throw the Icy Wind. So this is a very strong start for Skaven when he sees this Dino into the Seal, and I think that this is a very good opportunity to kind of mention the consistency factor, right? Something that I preach to all my students is consistency. Notice that he played that lead the exact same way both games because it worked, and I think that's very important information to remember if you're, you know, someone struggling, trying to kind of figure out your way through the Go Battle League. I think that if you find something that works, stick to it and keep playing it the same way. Because more often than not, if you find something that works for you, Nightshade. Ooh, interesting. I like the Spice moveset. Could just go for Psyshock here. Was enough to take out. No need to go for Payback, in my opinion. But either way, it's fine. You take Switch Advantage, you're good here. You absorb the energy off that Seal, you're good. Anyway, the consistency thing, you know, being able to say that, you know how to play this and you do it the same way every time, and every time you do it, it works that way for you. Oh my goodness. The Spice, the Helioptile Spice. This Why Not is about to go through the rest of this team. Excuse me. But anyway, just, yeah, if you find something that works for you, play it consistently until it stops working. There's a lot of times where in my own videos on this channel, you'll see if I have the same lead, I play it the same way almost every single time I have it, because that's what I find that works for me. And if I play it differently in my video, it's because I either haven't figured out what that consistency is, or I just haven't, I have had something not work and I'm trying to adjust. So the seals are everywhere, dude. This video gets my seal of disapproval. No, this is fine. So once again, we're probably going to see Skaven go ahead, throw the Body Slam, and dip straight out to the Bronzor as soon as he gets the opportunity. It's just like clockwork, man. This is fantastic. This is a good way to learn consistency in small metas like this, because you see the same matchup all the time. It's going to help you just kind of figure everything out here, right? Because if you think about it, when you're consistent, it means that you're going to be able to do the same thing multiple times over, which means that you are, every time you do that thing, you're going to think about it less every time you do it. So that means you can put more brain power towards other things, like figuring out what else is happening in this battle, rather than trying to figure out how many Thunder Shocks it takes to get to the Sitsuyo center of a Chinchou. That's my advice for the day. So Payback doing quite a bit of damage to the Chinchou, and despite how bulky Lantern is, doesn't look like Chinchou shares that same bulk. So letting that Thunderbolt go, gonna mow the rest of this Chinchou down with Dino, and the Seal, if I'm not mistaken, was just about out of energy. Here's a Shelmet. You see how much damage those infestations are doing? Holy moly, that's a lot of damage. But because of the bug typing, it basically means that it's going to also do super effective damage to Why Not, which makes Shelmet, if I'm not mistaken, a Wallower special from many seasons ago. Very strong pick in this little cup. Look at it. Resisting Why Not's counters. The Bug Buzz would have absolutely hurt. Gonna go for this. Get over the Mirror Core. I couldn't quite get there. All right, let's see how much damage Bug Buzz does. So another thing that we could think of too, Bug Buzz has the opportunity to lower the defense of a Pokemon. So what we would want to look for here is you know, no shielding the first Bug Buzz, and then shielding the second. Now, granted, in this case, because I didn't know how much damage the Bug Buzz was going to do, the fact that it basically would one-shot at some point if the HP was low enough on Why Not, you could shield the first one, that's fine. But if it's something like Crunch and, you know, you can live one, shield the second one because there's a chance that that debuff might proc, and if you shield the first one and then get the debuff and then you take more damage from the second one, it just feels bad. Now, this person's going for a Bubble Beam from their Shadow Ducklet. And let me tell you why that's not a good idea. Oh, actually, dude, look at those wing attacks. Those things hurt. Hold up. Man, this Little Cup stuff is intriguing to me sometimes. Aerial Ace takes out the Dino, and now all we've got to do is have Bronzor probably come in Confusion down, have a ton of loaded energy, have it... Oh. Opponent immediately swaps in their Vulpix. Probably expecting the Bronzor. Excuse me, I'm getting late over here. Definitely expecting that Bronzor to come in, so they're going to launch up a Mirror Coat. I wonder if the opponent's probably got two answers to Bronzor in the back. Doesn't really matter, though. The Why Not absolutely just soaking the damage from this Shadow Vulpix. And 2 Shield Bronzor probably beats just about everything else in this meta. So let's see what happens to be in the back. The opponent is going to bring in the Ducklet, and they are going to get this Mirror Coat to the face, forcing them to either shield once more or let it go. They opt to let it go, and what's in the back but a Wooper? Now this is suddenly dangerous. I know, however, that Bronzor is going to have a tough time here. It's got to deal with a Wooper that is throwing Mud Bombs faster than I can possibly fathom. Look at all the energy it's got. It's probably got like 15 Mud Shots of energy by now, even though it already threw a Body Slam. That's just like Swampert. It's always got energy when you don't need it to, right? So, if you're going to shield at the Mud Bomb, I know this thing just fast moves. You just get Confusion down. You don't even throw. Yeah, the opponent throwing with terrible timing, letting a whole Confusion through. You essentially just basically sealed the fate. Like, the Mud Bomb just tickles. Did you see that, everybody? The Mud Bomb just tickles. Bronzor doesn't give a... I'm not going to finish that. Anyway, family friendly, right? Sandshrew on the lead. Shadow Sandshrew alone on the lead. That sucks for this Dino. So we're going to see the Bronzor come in, and honestly, Bronzor is not going to have a great time either because these Night Slashes are going to chunk it. But the opponent comes in with a C-Dot. What is so special about C-Dot? Now I'm interested. I have to know why you would bring in a C-Dot to a Bronzor. Hold on, I have to find out. What move does C-Dot have? Foul. Okay, it has Foul Play. Okay, then that's fair. All right, I genuinely didn't know what moveset C-Dot has. Okay. Psyshock is gonna take out the It's gonna. Bronzor is ridiculous, dude. This is gonna take out. It's gonna take out the C-Dot, and then the Seal's gonna come in and lick down the Bronzor. I could never be on Play Pokemon, dude. I would be. My brain would be all over the place. I'd be laughing at stupid stuff. It's fine. It's all good. That's gonna be a Why Not on Sandshrew action, and this is a Dino Mirror. I wonder how we deal with this one. Gonna stay in the mirror and see who's got the better Dino. Sneaking that Dragon Breath through means you can win switch advantage here. So, that's actually kind of huge for Skaven. Excuse me once again. Goodness, I hate when that happens. As he's able to throw a Crunch off into the Bronzor. Now, as soon as you see the Bronzor coming in, I definitely would have thrown at least one Dragon Breath here. It has Tackle, so it's fine. But if it had Confusion, that was essentially three, almost maybe, no, it was definitely at least 3 Dragon Breaths of damage that you were just lost out on. Worst case scenario, you throw 1 or 2, notice it has Tackle, and then just long lop the Crunch. But, so we've got a Bronzor mirror here, and unfortunately Bronzor with Confusion actually gets decimated in this mirror, especially now that it has no shields. So let's see how Skaven handles the situation. This one's not looking too great. Oh, but thankfully that payback. Are we expecting a catch? Oh, we're baiting a shield. Okay, I'm good. We got there. We're baiting a shield. I figured it out. Oh, Deezy, catch! Catch! Nope. 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 that wasn't a catch. All right, how are we going to win this one? I got to find out. Does the Bronzor win CMP in the mirror? That's the question. That is the true question, because I know that this Ducklet is not going to be able to take out this Wynot because of the bulk of Wynot is disgusting. You can bubble beam it, it doesn't matter. It has no attack stat anyway. It can go low, it can't go lower than 0. The counters are doing 1 damage. They're not going to do any less than 1 damage no matter how many bubble beams you throw. Mirror Coat, however, will still do maybe 3 damage instead of 4. It's okay. It's absolutely bulky. And now the Ducklet probably launches the Brave Bird here. There it is. Still doesn't come close to KOing, and now that debuffed, the debuffed Ducklet. Ooh, the Ducklet's going to throw, I think it has to throw a Bubble Beam here, if I'm mistaken. Yep. So that will allow now the payback to come in. The Bronzor did not look like it was at the move. This is going to be a good game. Well played. That was really well played. Oh, nope, not quite. We're not there yet. Not why not? Just comes in with a counter and just takes it out anyway. It doesn't matter. So, well, yeah, why not comes in and just goes for a couple counters, takes it out. Okay, that's good. Well played. That was well done. I mean, that was fairly well done. All right. So we got Dino on the lead versus under Alolan Sandshrew. Alolan Sandshrew being a very common pick now that I'm noticing. So Dino's going to come in to punish the Dino, and here we go. Okay, so now we're going for the payback. I think we've since then have discovered that the payback is going to do more damage to the Dino. And timing actually doesn't matter here because the Dragon Breath sneaks through every single time you use one. So, you know, the timing here is all fine and dandy. I don't even think you get to the payback here. So you have to go for the Size Shock, which is fine. I mean, if the opponent's not keen on the counts, maybe they shield this. Nope. Opponent has got this figured out. They know the counts and everything. So Dino probably stays on the bench. Why not comes in to absorb the energy just like last time here. So that's going to be easy for... That's not even a crunch, really. Okay. I thought the Dino would have a crunch by then. Anyway, so the Bronzor is going to come in, and this is going to be interesting. So you're going to tackle Bronzor. Look, you see the HP bar is not even moving, dude. So we're going to throw in the Dino here. Unable to flip switch, unfortunately. That is going to lure out this Sandshrew. Now we go for the Night Slash. Now I don't think that Alolan Sandshrew has an Ice-type charge move other than Blizzard. So that's a pretty safe no-shield, I think. But trying to keep some health on the Dino is not a bad decision here. Definitely let this go. You just counter down with Why Not? Just hope for the best, I think. Yeah, so you just counter down with Why Not, let them throw their Night Slash, and then just keep the shield for the payback that's going to come from that Bronzor, and then you just sit here and do double resist. Yeah, he just quits. All right, you know what? Me too, man. Thanks for saving us some time. I'm not even going to transition. I was going to, man. All right, we got a Shadow Vulpix on the lead. Looks like the last game here of the set, and we've got a Wooper coming in, and we catch the Mud Bomb on the Why Not. I like this play a lot. You want to maintain switch advantage here with the Dino on that Vulpix, but you also appreciate that Why Not is just an absolute behemoth of bulk in the Little Cup, and counters and Mirror Coats are all you're going to need. You can just shrug off all this damage. You don't even care, dude. You could easily come in after this matchup and throw 2, maybe even 3 Mirror Coats, depending on how many moves you get to, because clearly the Why Not's just going to counter down. It doesn't care. It literally doesn't care. Look at Salutes. He's just like, I have all the energy I ever need, and I don't care. And so the opponent's going to come with a Stunky to try and snipe down the Why Not. I think now is a good time for the Dino to come back in. I think Dino's definitely going to have a lot of play here. Able to probably just Dragon Breath down before this little skunk's going to even get to a charge move, most likely. But comes in with Bronzor because he knows that his Dino has this game on lock. Just needs to go for a Size Shock here. I think this is the safer play, to be honest. I think that going for the Bronzor here, knowing that you're really not going to get any use of it anywhere else, just save your shields entirely for Dino, force them to throw the energy, crunch, goodbye. That's a perfect move. I think that's exactly the right play here. And now the Vulpix just comes in, has to eat all this energy, all the Dragon Breaths. This is game over, man. There's nothing that this opponent, unfortunately, will be able to do here against this Dino. And I believe this is a 9-1 run, if I'm not mistaken. So very impressive run. This team is disgustingly strong. 2 shield flex by Skaven to end the battle. The opponent concedes, and that's going to be it. So here you go, everybody. Absolutely disgustingly strong meta team for the Little Cup. Take this, build it, spend 1 million Stardust, because I'm not going to. But no, I mean, the team is really strong. I've heard a lot of good things about Little Cup gains from people with the Bronzor, the Why Not, the Dino, the people that are running this kinds of teams. So Won't be me. I don't have the gall to invest in Little Cup. I did a little tiny bit a couple seasons ago for Element Cup, but I'm not going to go and spend on the bronze orbs. I can't bring myself to do it. So I'll let y'all have fun. Let me know how your Little Cup's going, how many points you've gained with a team like this, and hopefully this is the encouragement that you needed to go and build this team, because if you can't play Master League, this team absolutely does wreck. I give it my stamp of approval, and you've only got a few more days to play it, but if you aren't already, this is me giving you that giving you that go ahead, because it does look really strong. I'm not willing to spend the dust, but if I had an infinite amount of dust, I would absolutely build this team and run it, because it looks like it's good and fun, and I have everything. I just don't have good Wynot or a good Dino. I have like okay IVs for those, or like Community Day shiny kind of stuff for Dino. My Bronzor I have a 0-15-15. I just don't want to build it because it's too expensive. But anyway, y'all, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video, and thanks again to Scavin for submitting the shoutcast. If you, my dear friends, would like to submit battles for shoutcasting on the channel, there's a form in the description to submit your battles. And that's going to be it for me. We're going to end the video right as a banger starts on the Spotify, but that's okay. Anyway, you can listen to it on Spotify yourself. Go check it out. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good one. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.